We are here today with UNLV head athletic trainer Kyle Wilson.
I started in 1984. Was my first year. Came as an assistant, and so I worked my way up to the head football athletic trainer in 1990, and took over all of the sports in '97. Mostly football, basketball, and baseball. I did all three of those for my first 6 years, and then since 1990 worked strictly with UNLV football, and then oversee all of the other 16 sports that we have in addition to football. Probably the biggest thing is most of athletic trainers work with athletic teams. We're trying to do a little more prevention before an injury, and also we work with a lot of acute injuries. Right when they happen, we're right there on the sideline, the field, or the dugout with an injury when it occurs. And most physical therapists are dealing with injuries after they've happened. They've already had an injury, maybe had a surgery, and they're trying to get the person back to their activity level before their injury. Being here 30 years, getting to be a little older, but I have a couple players from the first team I was here in '84 that still call me, and they have kids now. They're high school, college age, so they ask me, hey, what should I do for this injury, or can I bring them over to look at them? So I still have a little interaction with some of the older players over the years, but I like to think, for the most part, that they remember me as somebody, is trying to help them out and sort of, be a positive influence on them. Actually started in high school. I went to a really big high school, and I wasn't a very good athlete, but I really liked sports, sort of wanted to be around it, and I had a little bit of first aid background through Boy Scouts. So I sort of combined them, just sort of helping out the team, and they had an athletic trainer at my high school, so I just started following him around, and we would stay and we work on some anatomy or some treatment or taping, things like that, some preventative things. Really liked it, and I started looking at local colleges that had a degree in that, and found a couple, and picked one and went there, and just really liked it. I think ask questions and volunteer. A lot of times you might, when you start any profession, you might think, oh, this is what I want to do, this is what the profession is going to be. But I think in athletic training, it's really evolving. So you try to volunteer at different sports. Every sport has a little different injury patterns. The athletes are a little different. We have athletic trainers that are sort of branching out into non-athletic areas. Obviously, we have a lot that work in physical therapy clinics, but some in hospitals, the military, working with all the recruits, astronauts at NASA, working with police and fire department. We have a lot of our alumni that work with some of the Cirque du Soleil shows on the Strip. So it's sort of branching out into different areas, I think. So just a lot of different employment opportunities. Ask questions, try to go to as many different events as you can, and see what's going on.